Slaves! Welcome back to Professor Providence. Man, I still love saying that. Alright, so my students, guys and girls, welcome to another episode. So in this recording, I'm going to teach all of you how to make your own alkaline water. Alright? Because, excuse me, I understand that sometimes, especially like in this world that we live in, this video game, sometimes alkaline water is hard to come by and it's pretty expensive. So this is what I've realized on my spiritual journey. So recently it's been discovered, like all over the world, that the quote unquote elites are like putting fluoride into our water to keep us asleep. All right. So what I've discovered is how you can make your own alkaline water if you don't have the money for it. What you can do is you can just take regular tap water and just start off with a glass, right? Just fill it up all the way to the top and then put it in the microwave for like a good 20 to 40 seconds, right? Just heat it up. And so I've actually tried this technique. So what it does is when you heat up the tap water, you can actually see like not only like the bubbles, but like all like the junk and like the stuff that's actually like in the water. And if it appears like extremely like white, or like if you see like all like these condescending bubbles going to the top, or like just like these little like particles, to be honest, that is actually the fluoride, right? Like if fluoride had like it had an actual appearance, right? So I actually did research on Google, and apparently it said, according to this one article, that you actually cannot, it's a bad idea to heat up the fluoride water, because like it's just not going to do anything, you know? So I had to come up with another way to get rid of that, you know, because I don't like the taste of fluoride water. I mean, no one really does, especially when you're awakened. So what you could do is, after you heat it up in the microwave, because like the natural heat like from the microwave and like the infrared radiation is just gonna like just heat it up, right? Just make it hot. So what you could do is you can take that same water that you just heated up and then boil it, like put it on the stove, and then just do that for like a couple of minutes. All right. So what this is going to do is, as the heated up microwave water is already heated up, you can then put it on the stove and just watch it like boil for like a good 4 minutes or so, up to like 5 minutes. And also, depending on like how hot your stove is, you can just watch it just boil, you know? So like you'll know like it's in a very good drinking state when you see like big giant bubbles, you know, kind of like when you're making food. So like this water just has to be at like the highest boiling point, all right? And then afterwards, just let it sit. Just let it cool down. And then what you could do is, after you let it sit for about, like I've tried this, I would say a good 44 to 45 minutes, you can put the same water in a container. You know, I recommend not putting it in a plastic, because like once you put it in the, which is the next technique that I'm going to explain, once you put it like in the freezer or like in the refrigerator, like the plastic is going to be very, very hot. And then like the next morning, or depending on like when you do this, it's going to like mold into the taste of the water, and you're going to be like tasting like plastic water, and you just don't want that. So what I recommend is you put it in a glass bowl and just let it sit in like the refrigerator, or you could even put it in the freezer, you know, but I recommend you do it in the refrigerator, because that way you can drink it like the next morning. All right. So if you want to make your own quote unquote alkaline water, try this technique, because I've actually tasted alkaline water with electrolytes and stuff. And I looked at the information. It said like purified water with electrolytes added for great taste. And like I tasted both waters, you know, like the alkaline water that they sell in stores and my water that I made, and they tasted very, very similar, you know. So this is some very powerful stuff, guys, you know, especially, and girls, you know, especially like if you can't afford like actual alkaline water, you know, because of what's going on in the third dimension right now. But yeah, so this is the technique that you can use to make your own alkaline water, and it's absolutely free. You can literally do it, you know, in your house or in your apartment or wherever. So to reiterate, all you have to do is take some tap water, get like a glass or however many glasses, heat it up in the microwave for about 40 seconds, and then boil it for like 4 to 5 minutes, or however like how long your stove is, but just until like it boils like just drastically, like a really good boil, like you're boiling hard-boiled eggs or something like that. And then you're going to let it sit for about 44 to 45 minutes. And then you're going to put it in a glass container or whatever like material that you have in your household, in your headquarters, as I like to say. Put it in the refrigerator and just let it sit there for like all night. And then the next day, drink it. And I guarantee you will feel more refreshed, more relaxed, more aware, and just more energized. All right? So yeah, so this is basically the technique on how to make your own alkaline water if you can afford actual alkaline water. And if all of my students out there enjoyed this recording, you can like, share, and subscribe. And as always, be one with yourselves, love yourselves, and stay tuned with yourselves. All right. Until next communion.